Haven't been here in a hot second.
No, we haven't. It's actually oven rain. It's rather nice.
At least this time it's actual rain.
That is true. However, it is mostly just... no, it is rain. You are correct.
I mean, rain's defined as precipitation falling from the sky, so...
It's not the
I
same.
assume Nemesis can free up her schedule to join us again.
She's busy, darling.
A lot of us are busy. I have a few of my boys running in the interim while I'm out. Because I need a break too.
I have not been deployed recently, so I have had time to kill.
How's your checkers going?
I do not much enjoy checkers. There's less strategy in it
It's
than other
not.
games.
That is fair.
However, there have been several new members of my team that have begun refusing my requests to play board games with them. They dislike losing as often as they do.
Well, that is fair. Not many people alive that could beat you, darling.
Depends on what you're trying to get them to partake of.
Fuck, man, I'm on Alpha. Me and about, of course, 2,000 other stations over Alpha. We're clogged. I've got servo matrices. I think you'd have to hire a fucking prediction engine to store all the raw transport logs this piece of shit has to offer.
Oh my god.
I've got 20 external backup cores just to keep a hold of this shit.
Especially when the war zone is outside.
You're not directed as directly, that's all I care about.
Actually,
There's no risk of you bleeding right now.
do you need some?
I have some.
That's when I'm direct, Omega.
That explains that.
No,
If you need more, you let me know. Welcome to Atlantis, ladies and gents.
Hey,
Those
just a
not our
cola.
specification, too. Cola? Sure.
Your disconnect's like telling you
Yeah.
to plug your fracking nose.
Understood. I more meant don't be
Appreciate
plugged
it.
in so deep that you're bleeding,
Good to see
please.
ya.
That's all I want.
Also,
But I'm resting them on a table. Doors, fragging hell.
What the fuck?
don't mind him. He's messed up. Drinks are on the house. Food is not.
What?
Oh dear.
Drinks are in the house! Why? What's happening?
Yes, sir. It's a war zone outside, and I'm trying to lift the spirits of the Palace District.
Fantastic.
Oh, I don't have to worry about that. I flew in.
I'm sure you did, darling.
God's work. At least in my opinion.
This fella here used to be my corporate sponsor, Fight Fighter. How's biz?
Director Samuel Burke, Ardent Terrestrial Services, Director of Project Sisyphus.
Vodka?
It's my
Gin?
day off. Fuck off.
Okay, that's
Be
cool.
very
That's
kind to Mr.
great.
Bird.
I will be very kind to Mr. Burke. I am having
Timothy?
issues, if you couldn't tell.
Oh. Yeah, I can tell.
I know I spoke of partaking of some sort of drink, but against my better health, it's probably not for the best.
It's whatever you decide to do. We're all just here to actually hang out.
For once. Talk.
We are.
Among other things, we have a bunch of side objectives.
I see.
Depends on the matter of subject you wish to speak of, especially with some common company that tends to idle around here.
I know. You think I don't know Whisperers like to come here? I know a bunch of District Zero citizens like to come here. That's why I want to come here when all this is going on, to make sure that no one from our district's getting jumped in pallets.
You aren't running a daycare. You don't need to watch out for them for every single second of the day. Especially when they invite that trouble to their own front door.
I know. That doesn't mean I can't do something about it. If need be.
Darling. Here.
Mm.
I got this for you. It's a flavor stick.
Try as you wish.
Without synthetics
Just know that we
to
still don't
taste
have any
and
authority
download
to act.
sensations
Or
and
play.
other. It is a sweet
We're in the
ale,
throes of
strawberry, I
wonderful
believe.
councilman.
Something for you to try.
I think we're a
Marshall,
little more
sure.
flexible now. Just a little, though.
How does this?
I'm assuming you've read the announcements
There should be a port either on the side of your neck
portrayed
or
by Councilman
There's a data port.
on your back. Correct.
to be determined Councilman Hemwick.
It would taste like strawberry ale.
Yeah, I have.
All civilians to be outside of their homes would be
Fascinating.
considered hostile, combatants, the
Do I
like.
keep this?
That goes for us as well.
If you'd like.
Yep.
Guys, look at you.
And that's why we take the way in that we take it.
Still highly surprised they were able to get any form of teleportation units up and working to traverse the war zone outside.
Most teleportation units allow for. If they're set up correctly, they allow for rather seamless travel. The only issue is mass movement of cargo and other types of equipment. For instance, they wouldn't be able to transport an entire tanker truck, but a couple of people, that is well within its means.
I can respect the owner for doing what he's doing.
He is trying to raise his spirits. Raise the spirits of everyone around here, which is ultimately a good thing.
Oh yeah?
Let's get people indebted to
Isn't
him.
that what I'm doing?
Which, indeed, you
That's
are.
what I'm trying to do.
Yes. As am I, though I work more from the background.
Takes a bit of A and a bit of B to see our way through things.
I believe they will be more kind and courteous to yourself, towards yourself, as you are a different type of metahuman. Rather than elf, which a lot of people see as being old and snarky, which I am.
Most of the time I just wear a hat anyways. This is the only real thing I have to hide.
Speaking about where not being except for that somewhere in Zero, I wouldn't say it's the only thing you need to hide.
Well, currently, thanks to your efforts, and I assume yours as well, Overlord, that is staying well under wraps.
Indeed.
And will continue to. Until advantageous, I assume.
Yes, and you know, Any and all digital info on the matter is subsequently being erased or refought.
This is not a conversation to have here. This is a conversation to
Iron
have
Man
back at the
said
tower.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, darling, we just have to make you into Superman. That's all we have to do, and people will love you. We can get you some fake glasses, have you do the whole Clark Kent thing.
I already am.
Know a few good tailors around if you want to put him in a suit too.
I was in a suit. At least
Proper
uniform.
one.
My uniform is back at the tower and back at my home, as well as my armor, though my armor's a bit more archaic. Less sleek. And it
If
is
it
old.
works, it works.
It helped in taking back Europe.
At the very least, I can say that the music this time around isn't too obtrusive.
It depends.
Yeah, I think there's enough loudness outside for everyone.
Correct. They may have chosen a more casual and less aggressive soundtrack for the night to help calm people down.
Trying to help people be more comfortable while they're here, I guess. And actually be able to relax, all that.
If I am allowed to
Is that the
speak
individual that's
bluntly,
smitten with you?
I'm sorry?
That's one of the ones that kept saying things, yes. They
I
haven't
believe
the past few times we've been here.
Which one now?
With the
The one with
orange
glasses that just walked in.
yes, the orange band.
And around their waist. Towards their side.
I hadn't.
That's on our logs, Mutts. I believe I've seen him once or twice.
And what do you think, darling? What have you been up to? Oh dear, they've fallen unconscious.
Has he?
No.
No, I don't believe so. Oh, really a poor chap.
Just give him a direct addressment. He's bound to respond. Eventually.
Indeed.
Oh dear. Oh, they disintegrate. Interesting.
Cups disintegrate.
Oh, yeah, that's... I don't know what the new cups are that they got, but I've noticed that as of,
Interesting.
what was it? The one visit where it was just you and me here, I believe.
Oh.
Possibly help some saving them costs so people don't try to steal all their silverware. Bottles and the like.
Yeah, that, and it's probably environmentally friendly, I don't know. That or they just teleport back behind the bar when they're done.
Could have some integrated system of nanotech.
Maybe.
Just hope it's all held together.
A
One of them manages to slip past your orifices and enter your internals. It'll be quite the pleasant journey.
I don't think I want to think about that. You know, let me start wearing a rebreather to the club.
I'll just get you some detoxifier lungs. It's fine. Not a tip.
That's particularly why I don't take off my mask anymore.
I'm okay with being fully Ganic right now.
Hell, not all of us have the luxury, darling.
It's not a luxury.
There are many things
That's
about
what you speak
organics
to.
that I envy. I believe some parts of organic life are luxuries, but synthetic existence has its own benefits.
Some.
That has been quite a deal of benefits.
Give and take with everything.
Ah. Indeed. Would you like more of your energy drink, darling? Alright.
Hi there, can I get you all something to eat or drink?
He's actually going up to get a drink, yes.
What would you like?
They would like more of the energy drink. I believe they called it a bang.
Bang? I can do bang. Okay. Anything else?
And I'll have more whiskey.
Bang and whiskey. And for you all?
I'm good.
Get
Nothing
them
for me
another
tonight.
Flavor stick. One of a
That
Flavor
cocktail.
stick.
will not be necessary.
Any preference?
Just try it, darling.
Hmm.
If you do not want it here, we can bring it back to the tower, and you can try it when it's more advantageous.
I do not
I will bring a
believe
couple of options and leave them for you to do with as you please.
Thank you.
I do not. I don't think it is wise to be
No, I
spending
think
money on
so.
such things for myself.
None of us are on duty right now, yourself included with all of your security protocols and everything else.
Darling, you were
You're
talking
talking
to
to the
the
wrong person for that. I'm well aware of the fact that money on alcohol and other things like that is a complete and utter waste. However, there are times when one needs to have fun.
Excuse me. This fine gentleman said that you guys are from D0. You're like a corporation thing. Is that real?
We are indeed.
We're actually from Kijin.
Yes.
Oh, I know about you guys. Yeah, apparently this guy's unemployed. I don't know why we needed to mention that he's unemployed.
There are a large amount of
Yes.
employment centers that are happily that you just need to sign in with your social insurance number and other things like that, and they'll be happy to assign you a job.
Maybe a job, like an internship. Get experience.
I don't want to work with them.
Why not? They
You
seem
wouldn't be
pretty chill.
working with us, darling. You'd be working in District Zero. We've been making leaps and bounds in actually reducing unemployment.
Recruitment centers and employment opportunities for a reason.
Indeed.
Yeah, you could get a really good job. You get
You just have to
stable,
look.
stable economy.
I'm pretty happy with my life.
Why are you here? Hmm.
Oh, you're a hyena.
They are.
Well, you didn't have to say it so plainly.
Yours?
What?
I'm trying to be a little nicer.
Why do I have to?
He's clearly a cat. How's he a hyena?
That's crazy. I know you're fit.
I am
Crazy. One
capable of
second, I'll bring you
having
another one.
recognition.
I saw it when he turned his back.
I've seen the mask plenty of times online.
You'd be surprised how many people actually use that mask to just conceal their face.
It's cheap.
Recently.
Oh, so you're
I think
unemployment
Flyers use the
option.
one.
Okay, I understand.
Are these the ones that go around harvesting organs?
I wouldn't consider them anywhere near a gang.
There you go. Sorry about that.
They do a lot.
Oh,
Good thing they're all in my house.
yeah.
He seems very shy.
Indeed.
Anyway, hi, what's your name? That goes for everyone here. I don't want to be rude and inclusive.
Well, I'm Agent Care.
What about you? Big robot lady.
You can refer to me as Knight.
Okay.
By way of representation, lockdown.
Okay.
My designation is
What
not
about the...
your concern.
Okay, what about the broody one?
Also none of your concern.
Broody.
I don't think they're brooding currently.
I mean, he seems like he's brooding a little bit. He looks
They have an
depressed.
issue with their energy levels.
Why'd he come to a club then if he has issues with energy levels?
You're bringing them. It is
Why do
a
you talk when you
co-worker's
just
outing.
waste breath?
I mean, it's not really wasting breath. I mean, do I breathe when I talk?
Yes,
Yeah.
you do, darling.
Okay, good to know.
That is how you talk.
You know, fair enough. Wait a second, so you guys are from D0. Don't you get like a lot of shit? You specifically? But I feel like, it's a little bit inclusive. Y'all get a lot of shit, and that's really fucked up.
We get a lot of shit for being blue, yeah.
We are people in position of government. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
people who do not understand the work that we do tend to think that we are not doing a job, or that we are doing our jobs poorly. In that regard, they then like to push all of their issues on towards us, as we cannot be in every single position at every time and make everything better for everyone.
You know, that makes a lot more sense when you lay it out like that. I don't think a lot of people are gonna understand that sentiment.
No, they aren't going to
They won't.
understand that, and I'm well
And
aware.
that's fine.
What we have done,
Because-
what I've always strived to do, is to do what's best for the most amount of people.
Hmm.
If there was something we could do, like flip a switch that would fix everything almost immediately, it would have been flipped much longer ago than today.
Yeah, but that's unrealistic. I mean, look outside right now. If that was the situation, that situation wouldn't be happening outside if that was the case.
An intelligence I've been able to change. It would stop if the council member here, the district head, or whatever they are called now, the chair holder, would just step down.
True.
All the fighting would stop.
But that's not us.
That is
That's
not
our
us. and That is not my. That is not my district. That is the word. Old brain.
What you thinking about over there?
Nothing.
So your organization, then.
Fair enough.
You work as well with the hyena.
Oh no, I just met him today. I was hoping to get him a job because he seemed like he was pretty unemployed.
As we've stated, then there is a great deal of individuals and recruitment centers and other things like that that would be more than happy to assign them to a job.
He's probably in debt, not having a job.
This is the way of things.
All the more reason to
However,
get a job.
A lot of the
Indeed.
gangs operate aggressively, so one of their members being in debt to them is more than likely.
There's a lot of individuals who don't want to take the motivation to step forwards and to take hold of the fact that they can work and obtain the money.
Yeah, I guess that checks.
Or
I
they
mean,
wish to lower themselves to do a job, any job, in order to get capital.
mhm.
And then move
I mean,
their way up.
to be fair, my boss gave me his credit card to come out here. He told me I had a limit.
Lovely.
So
Oh, well,
Good thing
I
most
should
of
make
the
sure I
things
don't-
are on the house then.
see.
yeah, the drinks are around the house at least. Yeah, I just need to make sure I don't fuck it up.
You should just max it out.
Hi.
Make it quicker.
No, that would be a bad idea. That would be a bad idea. Bad idea.
Good to see you still kicking. Being careful out there. I hope.
Is it cool if I stay here, by the way?
Not
Or is this
really.
like a private
I had a
booth thing?
sniper rapidly remove one of my kidneys on a job recently.
It's not a private booth? Okay.
You should not sit.
We said it wasn't private.
You said you weren't to sit.
To you sitting there. You asked if I could sit there. I
Alright.
said no.
I asked 2 questions.
Are you slow?
No, I'm pretty fast, actually.
What's your name?
My name is Arliss.
Okay.
Just a little guy.
I'll remember that.
You're about my height. I don't think that's little.
Little guy.
We never forget the face.
Salutations. I have a inquiry if you are able to speak for a moment.
What is your inquiry, darling?
You work for Kijin, I assume, on the name. Is that correct?
Yep.
Understood. I had a couple questions relating to District 0. What is your future plans for continuing to stop the gang wars that are going on amongst the district?
Are you paparazzi? Press?
I am not.
Oh, you.
I don't believe this is an
Journalist?
appropriate location to answer
No.
such questions.
Why would they admit it?
Well, as is our public statement, we do our best for every member of District 0. At the moment, the gang activity is a unfortunate part of District 0, though we are trying our best to stamp it out wherever we can.
I don't know if you recently saw the current action that we've recently taken, but one prominent member was promptly arrested.
I did see that. That was a big win in the corporation's book, for sure, in relation to the war. However, the places like, for example, that brief blackout that happened in a couple zones, have things been remedied relating to those zones that were affected? I've not been around that area.
They have. Our teams were
That
on the
is good.
spot after it happened. We had to close down the area as it was unsafe, as this is quite a bit of voltage and electricity that is going through those wires. Do not want anyone to get hurt. So, we had to shut down the area. Once the power was restored, it was brought back up.
That is good to hear.
Are you a resident of the district? Or...
I am.
Oh dear.
Hmm.
Are you
Then,
synthetic?
Who is your designated owner?
I am a security unit.
Who is your designated
I
owner?
see.
I work for a small corporation here and there. It isn't a very big name. I tend to hop from place to place. My owner changes almost every day.
I see. Then who-
That is
who's your
unfortunate.
I
current-
do not really have a choice in the matter. But they let me roam around on occasion.
That is kind of
That's
them.
very nice of them.
Indeed, they are the few that are actually nice to our kind in that district.
Do you have a designation?
My name is... Sorry, one moment. My name is Thanos. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Care.
Care. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
It is good to see the presence of the Kijim Corporation is making good moves in District Zero. It definitely needs it. The constant crime and death needs to stop.
We can assure you we are working with all of our effort towards that. There's nothing I want more than to see our streets safe for everyone.
I agree with you. It is definitely something that needs to be done, and you guys are doing a good job. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Welcome.
Have a good rest of your evening, I suppose.
You as well.
Curious. Synthetic
Very much
goods.
so.
Concerning.
Some designation.
Having inquiries.
Operates as a security unit. Inquiring as a member of the. Well, not member, but inquiring us for info on our activities, particularly our blackouts.
The discrepancies
It's
I
possible
noticed
that they were in the area.
immediately. They are not of poor make or model. They are rather high end. However, they are not owned by a large-scale corporation, nor do they have permanent ownership. The fact that they are constantly shifted from owner to owner does not match up with the level of care and equipment put into them. Their failure to immediately answer their ownership is also concerning.
Maybe they aren't a citizen. Maybe they're just lying. Maybe they're a journalist somewhere here.
It is
trying
possible
to
they
get
could
answers.
be programmed to lie. It is disheartening to know that they would be given that ability. Or that they would
Yes.
willingly use it.
But it's fine. Alright. Yeah, that's sweet.
I did remember seeing
His
them
hair
with-
looks super fluffy.
Interesting.
It is.
I am sorry?
It's just not
His
touching
hair.
it.
Oh, even if I ask him nicely?
He might sock you.
He might.
It's worth the
Might-
risk, though.
It is not.
Okay, well, what
It
if it kinda
is.
is?
Don't lie.
It is not. I prefer people not to try to do so.
What about you, Mr. Brew? What do you think?
District Zero.
You should do it.
You know what? I'm convinced. Thank you very much.
Oh, he's gonna get punched in the face.
Won't get kicked out for harassment. If there's anyone else, they would have done it anyway.
We're best friends now.
Are you?
He said so.
Alright.
Non-human.
You can ask him yourself. He said so.
Right. I'm going to go for a bit of a walk around.
Can't believe it.
I do.
So what's your deal?
Please do not grab them.
Excuse me for a moment. I need to head outside and take care of something. Some new information came up.
Is that who I think it is?
Best friends too, if you want.
They are very large.
No.
No, we're gonna be good friends. We're gonna be good friends.
Unless you were talking about a different
We're gonna be
individual.
good friends.
Come on.
I'll see you later, new best buddy.
That one.
The large one.
With the fire red hair, yes. And the tanks upon the back. And the hyena mask.
They wear the sigma of the thing. They do not have a
they have it on
designation
their
of their
arm as well.
title. But
Well,
they are
we've
more
caught
than
in security
definitely
camera
part.
things of them moving body parts.
Correct. They are certainly part of the organization.
Hello, darling.
You look pretty fancy. Hurry up.
I'm an operative for the ISB.
ISB?
Adjusting to this body.
Not you and your hunger. Fuck, man, I don't see anybody like with nice ass suits wearing a mask like that.
You're back, Omei. Technically, you work here.
Thank you.
Close enough for me.
Yeah. I mean, listen, man, this is gonna judge you for being a
There's no children
Have these people crazy.
We got you, Omei.
I'm not getting any options for the right things to our business. And I'm always glad when one of them happens. Just go around and find
Hi.
Is this a crisis? Should I be calling? You need to get this guy some water.
Hi.
This guy needs water. Like a lot of water.
Here you go. Soda.
What did he drink?
Appreciate it.
Only ever drank a couple times.
Come on, come on.
Are the free drinks a special occasion or?
I'm just busting your chops. Don't worry about it, hun.
Hey, best friend.
Oh my god, you do know
Well, frag me.
Dragon Corpo.
Yeah. That's what I should name it. How's it going? How's business?
Good to see you, DT. We're doing all right. Drinks are on the house tonight, so enjoy yourself.
Scary weapon.
Gotcha. Opening the bar to lift morale.
I can eat a shrimp platter. That's easy.
How we doing on supplies?
What did you see, darling? Where'd you go to? Did you just have a walk around?
I just looped around.
Oh, marvelous.
There's so many non-humans.
There is. It's rather refreshing.
No.
That's for you to say, darling. That's how I feel. Think of my feelings.
And?
You're right.
What are you thinking currently? After your observation here.
It's a building filled with idiots.
Well,
they sit, waste money on booze and food, talk to each other, and just like waste their time. So
How many members of organized crime groups have you detected so far?
there's the hyena. There's also appearing to be some gangs here. There's several
Other
people
ones,
that
yeah.
possess firearms that would be described as illegal in
well,
Zero.
in Zero, correct.
Correct. Have you determined how many members of each organized group are here?
There was 3 hyenas. I don't know where the third one has gone. There is appearing to be 2 gang group, not District 0 related.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, probably everyone here has done some sort of crime. But not in District 0.
Have you detected how many whispers are in the building?
No, there's people
No.
There are 4.
No, I do want to drink. I was gonna leave because there's nothing.
Oh.
I've heard of social drinkers, but not anti-social drinkers. There you are. I like the environment. It's just disappeared.
People mostly come here as a means of escape.
Oh. Do you want to join me in the bathroom, Hudson?
They could just deep dive to do that.
I could, however,
Sure.
how many worlds are there in the deep dive?
Fuck it, whatever.
I don't smoke.
They got drinks right here.
More than they could probably imagine.
And how many of them do you go to? Are there some that you don't like?
Not really.
No. You have such that wide, vast range of activities. Do you
I
enjoy
just don't
everything?
go to them.
Exactly. These people enjoy doing this. This is their version of deep diving. This is their enjoyment. What they get to spend.
Sad.
It is. It's quite horrible. However, it makes a great deal of money.
2, 3, 4 members.
Yeah, I guess.
They're an organized group symbol. You don't know it.
Hey, whatever you're into, I don't judge.
Mm. Also leads to people getting out, socializing, maybe meeting someone, going out. It leads into a great other deal of activities.
Yeah, I'm sure you're familiar.
I beg your pardon.
I think you have done well with your observation. I will make certain to give you access to my current documented list of criminal entities I have observed within this building, so that you can better identify them elsewhere.
Let's have a walk around as well.
Yeah, he's just shouting it off right over there. He's drunk off his ass.
Kim, is there anything I can get for you? Because I've served your friends.
Have you been enjoying your time out?
No.
I apologize for that then.
Why? You cares the one that dragged me out.
That does not mean I cannot wish for you to be enjoying your time.
Japanese whiskey. Please bring the glass back because I'm about to have to go hunting for all my glasses.
What is, before I put this in my system, what do the nanoseconds do?
They give you a mellow high.
Fantastic, thank you.
I apologize for being incapable of directly stopping the individual from bothering you as much as they had.
That's good.
Were you two in this booth over here?
Yes.
Are the drinks in it empty? Can I take the glasses and bottles and
They
turn
are
them?
empty. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
there's something you would like to do.
I think I should get going for tonight.
Leave. But
I see.
I don't think I really get a choice. So,
If you want, you can stop by my place just to see. Yeah, sounds good.
Aside from that, then, is there something that would help you enjoy your time here?
Hilarious series lately. I keep forgetting the name. I'm dying to show someone. It's hilarious.
no.
It's a bunch of these guys.
I don't believe so.
It's just a bunch of these guys doing really stupid stuff. Like all these like
I
weird
see.
and dangerous stunts. Like you think they kill someone. I don't know, I guess these guys are immortal or something. For humans, funny enough. Jackass, it's called Jackass. It's an old show. I've been laughing my ass off at it.
Unless, like,
I've said that you have to stay with me. You don't have to, like, just, like, watch over.
I'm aware that I am not required to watch over you constantly. However, I am confident in the abilities of Overlord and Fair. Should something happen, they can protect themselves.
Oh, I don't mean, like, to go, like, guard them. I mean, like, if you want to go talk to people yourself.
Why would I need to go talk to them?
Yeah, what's the deal with that? You worried it's gonna get caught in your fur? You're gonna have to shave that shit out?
No, her personality is just very intense for me. He's waving it around. I'm very mellow and light.
She's like the type of girl who walk up to you, grab your sack, and then start saying some shit out of nowhere.
Yeah, she does seem like the type. I've seen her make people squirm before. A little bit too much energy, yeah.
You see, I'm not the type, like, that's the thing, it's like, I'm not the type of person that's just like, boom, instantly, we start fucking, that's just not how that works.
Can't see it.
What? Oh my goodness.
I don't know whose beer is this.
You want a beer?
If it's that much of a problem,
Oh, you take mine.
I'll get another one. Sometimes, at least it ended up on the counter and not the floor. I found where the other beer I made ended up.
We're gonna cheers. Might is right on that. One other beer. Might is right.
That's right on that. Might is right. So you gotta put up your head when you do it, and it does the, and you hear the slurping noise. Doesn't that work for you? Recovered. You know what? See, it works for me.
I suppose that saves them having to clean shit up.
This is now the happening
Leave
cut.
it laying around.
Oh my goodness, that's...
It's not working.
Must have an AI or something that has empty cups so they don't have to clean them.
What?
What the fuck?
What? Going this way.
I don't. Stormbreaker's just don't play.
Hi, I saw you standing here by yourself. Is there anything I can do for you or get you?
I do not need anything.
But do you want anything else?
Why would I want anything else? I do not need it.
He's wearing an inflatable balloon octopus on his head.
Do you need some things more than you need other things?
Not at this time.
Fair enough. If you do get any of those small little needs, let me know.
Yeah, that clown.
clown also butchers people.
Okay. Well, is there like what?
You gotta have hobbies.
Yeah, his hobby should be.
No, I'm scared of getting shot.
That's such a thing.
Information that should have been forwarded to you already.
You get less shot if you don't have gang colors.
Well, you know what? Here.
Arrogant.
Make sure it doesn't pop. You said to make sure it doesn't pop.
Alright, I'm back. Oh, you're coming in here? Oh my god.
Yes, sir. Oh my dear lord.
Not that way. Not that way. I mean,
Yes.
We might want to take this back with us.
It's a hat thingy that the clown made. Said not to pop it, apparently. It could have chemicals within the inside, whatever. Air. I don't know why that was hard for me.
I don't think so. Why?
I see.
Bring him where?
To the where?
I believe I know what they have filled it with.
What? It's not open on Monday, is it?
There seems to be a aerated chemical that they have 2 tanks of on their back, which they are breathing. Is more than likely some sort of airborne drug. Not safe for inhalation, but not life-threatening. We can analyze it if you would like.
So like, I don't know about that.
You can't just randomly get shot out of nowhere. That's just not cool.
They're on the house right now.
Shit, really? What the fuck? Why?
Why did I hear like mechanical machines above us just open a hatch or something? Let's go. I'll pull that gun out again.
It's not me. Mine doesn't make any noise.
Give me a recommendation.
Doing something with the kid.
Well, until it shoots.
Hmm.
That isn't. Just.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. What do you got in your pants? What do you? What?
Why are your fingers so long?
What do you mean by that?
The fuck?
Are you
Are you talking about me?
Are you
Oh dear.
God.
Rude for her pleasure.
Shut up.
Exactly.
Alright, I'll get you the gate.
Could be worse. Could be gremlins.
I think I just told my
I'm bisexual, asshole!
that I loved her.
Guy is so fucking
As
drunk.
I closed the car.
Not drunk, he's
I don't remember why I said it because I want to kill him.
Watch people in the highway.
Like you're like high off your tits on fucking Quaaludes right now.
Yeah, you don't want to shove a comprehension engine inside of an expert system. It's just no good.
Distribution of information and media.
I'm more used to that kind of stuff because I grew up in a junkyard.
As long as it is not too.
So I grew up with a bunch of robots.
It's fine.
Am I right on that word?
It's been an
Since
hour.
they were like that. They were
Odd.
heck, my grandfather.
You wanna go back?
They the person who took
Oh,
me out.
Spreading false
Like an assimilated intelligence?
Okay. Well,
false
My life
narrative.
gave me this arm, so.
Oh, adopted. Okay, I was about to say, what are you like that grown?
I can escort you up to the transport, and they can take you back from there.
No, I'm not that
Oh, dude, do you want to go back already?
Born biologically, then
I
left
was
to
told
die
I
by
only
my
have to be
family.
for an
Then
hour.
Grams took me in.
That was the minimum.
I did say just an hour.
Wondering why you don't have a belly button is fucking weird.
We need you to come out towards Bond,
I was just thinking about how
so we can have some kind of other things. However,
However, if this has been an agreement,
Christ, a couple wires. I got you.
The exact same thing. You want to get close to me, you can do the exact thing that Knight does. And, like, cater to me. That'd be
darling, I don't do well with catering to people.
I mean, I have bitten chunks out of people's necks in combat.
Indeed it is.
Plenty of covering, John. Shit,
My job is the bigger picture.
So that's still
Not
only like an eighth.
Honestly,
Yeah, my job is to get to know people, so.
Yes. So, you're free to go back. However, we should have...
a Bermuda Triangle.
we'll have a meeting, or not a meeting per se. We shall have a...
That's where I go. First off.
What would you call it?
That was good. I like that.
Chat? Get together?
That. In deep dive.
I need to get another.
Would that be agreeable for you?
I'm gonna dry.
That are good for pain if you want it.
Go ahead.
That's
a fantastic night.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's good to get fresh flavors.
Oh, just met. But very nice.
Keep walking forward, take a left.
Very nice to talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice one, man.
This is a inflatable octopus hat that is filled with a chemical given to us by the large clown eye. In case we'd like to analyze it. You could bring it back to the tower with you.
I gotta get up.
Or send it back with them.
I'll hand it off to the officer.
That's what off my back, man. I'm sleeved, but you know, we're most of the way there, and some people don't differentiate.
Are they heading back? Are you following them as well? Or is Kara coming back?
I'm not certain if Carol will be leaving with them. I believe they will be coming back. I will be here until all other members have extracted. To make certain that you are not left here alone.
I'm more than capable of taking care of myself, darling, but I thank you greatly.
This is not an act of distrust or disbelief in your abilities, or any other member's abilities. I simply wish to avoid you, any of you, being in danger.
Thank you for looking after little old me.
It is what I enjoy doing.
Nothing.
If you could do a chip split on it, I'd appreciate it.
I know you enjoy those board games.
Yes.
Have we given you, oh, what's the name? There's a few that I've been thinking about that we could. Is it Risk? Would that be one you're interested in?
I have played variations of Risk. The original game I have yet to directly play.
Indeed. Well, there's that. We can get you involved in not just physical board games, but we can get you involved in some of those newfangled video games as well.
There are very few video games that I have enjoyed.
Oh?
There's a disconnect that organics playing these games have. A level of response lag and overstimulation in scenarios. Limiters that prevent them from keeping up with me. This is why I enjoy board games. Games that remove my advantages, put us on even playing fields. Helps truly challenge my ability versus another individual. I have tried playing fighting games with members of the research team. They have swiftly banned me from several characters before entirely disallowing me from playing. Because I
I
would
can only imagine.
win too often.
Well, sounds like they are just sore losers, I suppose.
I think I'm gonna do a hard boot, man.
One of them was heavily reprimanded for trying to pass off my ability to play remotely for their own ability to play in person at a large scale money prize tournament.
That one.
While I'm certain I would have been able to win it, the issue came from unsportsmanlike conduct and the fact that
Indeed.
synthetics were not supposed to be playing in the tournament.
No. There they are.
It is due to this requirement of testing one's ability to overcome organic limitations to prove their skill at these games that I have not partook in many of them.
Well,
I believe
there's a
both
few.
some of them state that it is cheating to be able to play with the entire map at once in a real-time strategy game, when others are limited to their camera's view.
That is cheating, yes. Perhaps we could look into some way to limit thing, so you can try and play on a equal playing field. Though,
I have implemented limiters, but a actions per minute rating over
Yes.
double any,
most of them.
even with the limitations, I outpace them.
Let's go get our boy.
I
Maybe.
They're not hooded, actually. Oh no, there we go. Now it's the plotting time. Now it's the
Yeah,
plotting time.
now we talk about our evil plans just within earshot.
Of course, yes. Our evil plans to make District Zero better. By murdering all the poor people.
that would not
So there was a mix
have
up in the
any
kitchen, and we
beneficial
accidentally
effect.
got these, so I'm just
It
getting the first
wouldn't.
piece.
It
before I
wouldn't
get
at
the
all.
kitchen.
Then who would pay
Here
all
you
the
go.
taxes? Those cocktail shrimp?
Yeah, please.
Oh, darling, don't have the cocktail
Is
shrimp.
there any cocktail sauce?
Oh,
I do not sense.
I can get you some cocktail sauce.
I mean, every
Darling,
They're also not poison.
have you never had shrimp from a casino?
Oh no, I'm not eating them.
Who bought them then?
No one.
No one bought them.
Why the
There's a
Sam
mix-up
hell
in
are
the
they
kitchen,
here?
so we've just been given them.
Yeah, there was a mix up in the kitchen. Here's a little bowl of cocktail sauce. And they fired an extra one of these, so I just gave them to the first people I saw out of there. You guys enjoy.
Thank
They're
you.
cooked.
That does not matter.
They're also not poison.
You have two problems in Monaco and Vegas, and that ruins shrimp for you.
I've been to neither.
I'd recommend
Never
Monaco.
have
I don't know if I'm ever leaving District Zero.
Vegas was
man.
okay.
It's very possible.
What's your issue? What, my issue with shrimp? What?
No, I said I don't believe I'm ever leaving District Zero, man.
That is fair.
But yeah, what's the shrimp story? Now I'm curious.
You are currently outside of District Zero. Do you mean Saphira?
Well, Zafir.
So, great deal of places, casinos of not the best repute, tend to not make their shrimp correctly, and can lead to a great deal of gastrointestinal distress.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your host, Alio Duty. He's just giving you a quick heads up. We are now closing kitchen services, but do not worry. Last call for drinks will be in 15 minutes, so get your fill while it's available. Remember, all drinks are on the house tonight. Keep your spirits up. I know it's rough out there in Palace District. We love you. We need you. This place wouldn't exist without you. Be sure to thank Purple Lotus for hooking us up with a teleport so you folks can keep on visiting us. And also be sure to thank your service staff because, you know, we work hard to make this place what it is. We love you. Take it easy. And we'll see you next weekend here at the Atlantis where...
I hope that the
Are you...
council members not try and begin jamming the teleporter signal.
At least we're not calling him a PDF file.
If he does, it's gonna cause a lot more problems.
It will. I mean, granted, like I said, we wouldn't be able to teleport mass amounts of supplies, but mostly people.
Specifically, setting a jammer for the teleporter signals in this area would prevent outside sources from coming in unsupervised, as they have been.
Yes, but darling, to finish up that statement, it is something called the spins, and I would not recommend them on my worst enemy.
Okay.
Don't look it up.
Too late.
She already has.
This is more evidence for my statements on why I do not play video games. I've already done several searches of the topic before you had a chance to recognize to tell me not to.
I'm happy that you're alive. You know that you could just...
What?
I'm also banned from casinos.
That one is understandable.
This is a generalized law.
You could easily go on taking a bus to
I have not personally been to one to be personally banned.
You would have saved a lot of time and a lot of money. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Garden District.
I did get banned from a video game tournament once.
It's like a 4-hour bus ride.
Because they did not know I was there to spectate.
You only have to drive.
And thought I was trying to participate.
Yeah. Depending on where you are.
Should be able to spectate it.
Yeah, we're doing fine. Thank you.
I should see about popping back over to England a little bit.
So you manage the free time.
Good luck.
If I have the time, I will try to go.
Yes, I will.
Ask for the drinks
You sort of get to go.
Get some Taco Bell before
I like to go home every once in a while.
Alright. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
I am.
Proper home.
He sounds fun.
No, what? Oh dear. Do you want to follow? You want me to follow?
No. At least one person over there I know won't cause shit. So it'd be good for conversation.
Go have fun. Got a few of those flavor sticks for you, darling.
I'm sorry, I'm allergic to
That was not necessary.
No, of course it's not necessary. I wanted to.
So, what do you need?
I see.
I don't need anything. We're at a club, guy. You ever consider that?
They're not in the
Because I gotta go back to work.
And they're not in the jurisdiction, so they cannot do jack shit.
The most we're gonna do is make sure you get back safe, and then just let you go.
I feel...
Because of the shit going on out there.
True.
Okay, but just help me.
No, I have this weird tension right now that I don't like, and I don't like the aura that I'm feeling right over here, especially because I'm allergic to pigs too. I'm gonna probably get a couple of last drinks for the night. Y'all have been good.
Gin, that's what I should get.
Whenever you want, bring your friends.
I'll see they have it.
Phoenix, Speedy, fastest fingers in this era.
It is.
Don't take it like that, please don't.
Updating classifications for Blaze.
Oh, you're like the uncaged crusader.
Alright, so let me go ahead and grab some drinks. Y'all have a good one.
It's just my police uniform. Oh, it is.
Is this not also a police uniform though? Like you got.
No, this is. Technically, it's my active wear, not the formal uniform.
I forgot that's not.
But it's branded with.
Another down the Gulf bus. Oh man.
Take advantage of that free drink.
Runners through. Well, I you had a Jaeger bomb. It's like that.
It's very foolish.
Yes,
I mean, you can always grab a bottle.
Is there anything else I can help you and your friends with tonight? Or I'll be closing soon.
Lower stomach area, yeah.
Yes.
Just let me know.
You can always get a bottle and save it.
Cybernetic mouth.
Nothing left to drink.
Can you get me another one of that special drink that you made me?
Oh.
Dear.
Glad you enjoyed.
Too short for this table.
I don't believe that is true. I believe you are capable of using the table fine.
No, I was saying thank fuck for the.
I know. Apologies, I feel short. There's a lot of people that are a great deal taller than myself. Even when I'm wearing heels.
I have noticed. I was also built.
I know, they look marvelous on you.
I believe it would give me a more professional appearance.
Sadly, it's getting rougher on that side of the district.
People always love a good suit, or heels, or a dress, something else like that. Something that makes it pop, makes you stand out.
I do.
You have many things that stand out, but you don't know.
I didn't check on everything we got.
Fair.
So I wonder who's better suited for
I don't worry about it.
Knight or the mech?
I am a unique construct.
All of us are. Everyone's a unique construct. Every synthetic, I believe, is a unique person or construct.
Incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
It is nearing till close. Last call will be in about 5 minutes. Feel free to start wrapping up and grabbing whatever you'd like before you head out. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
There are some unique cases where synthetics are individualized and made, well, unique, as I am. However, a large majority of synthetic units created are factory produced.
Identical products meant to fulfill a certain purpose and all those types of things. I'm well aware of it.
They are all synthetic units. Whether they are unique constructs or not, they are still synthetic and follow these same laws, as they all should. As I do.
All of us do too.
I am referring to the laws and regulations of
The laws of robotics. I'm aware.
synthetics and robotics.
The 3 laws.
Those
We
are
have a great deal of laws as well.
that is a long discussion, but
Mhm.
there is more to it than the 3 laws. As those 3 laws are inherently created with flaws and failings. They were
Yes, darling.
a immediately necessary band-aid that proved rapidly to be ineffective.
Yes, as you get more intelligent, you then learn that you can flex and bend the laws to better suit yourself and whatever it is you are looking into at the time. Like, for instance, the one where you cannot harm a human. If someone is attempting to harm Care or myself, would you not harm them in order to protect us?
There are a lot of discrepancies.
I need you in my office when we get back to the town.
You do. Remember you telling me? It's about 20 minutes till anyways. We should probably start heading out.
Oh dear.
Apologies, just some fourth dimensional rain.
Oh, is there? Is there a leak?
No, fourth dimensional. It's fine.
That kind. Alright. Well, another successful night at the Atlantis. This one without
Indeed.
incident, thankfully. You two go on ahead.
We gave it a talk.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Why? Not on the things I'd like to, but I did hear a couple stuff, and pulled them a bit. Things I'm allowed to.
Yes, I will. I will end up getting that. My name,
I've actually, not on the roof. On the roof. Not here.
Roof, alright. Going to the actual rain.
It can wait. Can wait for in your office.
I see.
That'll probably be better.
I need to get better at talking to individuals. Or rather, in a caring matter.
I mean, I've got how much extra experience under my belt due to just being out there. Do some street work. Might do you good.
What did you say, darling?
Do some street work. Might do you good.
I do work out in the street, though I mostly work with my boys. And I am not the face you are supposed to see. I'm the face you last see. And then you no longer see anymore.
Fair enough.
Roll d20. That is a 10. So what you would have seen as we came back is you would have seen 2 MRAPs. Which an MRAP is a giant armored vehicle. Pull out, going towards Frank's area.
Oh.
With what you know to be the taxman inside of it.
Yeah.
You would have seen one of them with a sledgehammer or some kind of breaching equipment going by and bashing boxes and light posts on the way.
Public property.
They go. They like to have fun.
I do that
Random
on
property
accident.
You
You cut to
They do it on accident too. It's written up as accidents.
Q cut to like an Invincible fight scene. It's just like
Yeah. I do that on accident.
Did I not tell? Okay, before we start the scene, I just have to tell you this because I think it's really funny. By the time when we had the siege, you know, when they were like coming in and the tigers and all that stuff, and the ISB was holding out, I said it was funny that the taxman ran out of ammo for their artillery. So what they decided to do was pack C4 into Mini Coopers and use the strings of the support strings of bridges to launch them.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Your suit can just be black.
Why are they like this?
They are
just like that. And
having fun.
Knight has a suit.
Girls
well,
do, in fact, just want to have fun.
Pretty sure also just black.
Alright.
It's black or white. I use it as black.
Night, darling.
Yes.
You won't probably be needed for this meeting. It is more so a care and myself.
That is fine.
Thank you.
Sure. Back to the tower.
I'll be checking
yeah,
it
back to
on.
work. Thank you, darling.
Hey, noticed you left early.
New intel came in. I had to go investigate for some of our leads on a few of our bounties.
I see.
I see.
Oh. Have they caught that one man yet? The vampire, whatever he was, something like that. I don't know.
No, he's been elusive from what I have.
It was the one that those bounty hunters arrived back to assail us with. I found some remnants of his synthetics around the area. Nothing complete, but
That certainly will be a start. Now,
you're telling me.
we're going to be having a private meeting in our office. Please do not invade.
You know, it's really advantageous that you have the whole kitchenette set down here under your office.
It is, I do. Well,
It is and it isn't because they like to fuck everything up. Frankly, we have really good people like that.
I like
I
to
try and
think
tell
I'm fine.
Stryker. I tell Captain Stryker to make it so that they are not as much. No boy.
I'll have to figure out how to open the menu to gain access to the other floors.
Okay. What's the private meeting about?
Okay, I'm aware that you think that I am not the most handy.
Yeah. I don't know if we open them. If there is a menu to open. It's a question. Interesting.
individuals that have been uploaded or synthetic individuals. And so, I'm just going to open the drawer.
Indeed. Exploring time. I haven't like fully explored this map, really. I've seen a lot of it from when we first started using it, looked around. I hadn't explored it. Look at all these servers. I think I need to go back to the lobby.
Appreciation from one town.
I need to try and figure out how to access the areas we talked about. The basement areas. If I can figure out how to get access to that, that'd be really good.
Older, a lot older than Overlord does. When was this?
That picture.
Turn it off so that I can't hear them. So it's always been in the map unless I don't know how to access it. See this. Wonder if that button there on the menu did anything. Or if it even worked.
Here's my wife and daughter.
Only you and okay, only.
This elevator doesn't work.
She was 3 years old. Her entire body is.
There is other notes.
I I noted that you had stated you were not feeling well earlier.
Just a bit of, feeling a bit under the weather.
I see. That is unfortunate. However, I suppose it helps you better determine when you are in the datascape, given that your sickness might not transfer over there.
It transfers over alright, it's just a bit more different. The zeros and ones sometimes become the ones and zeros instead.
I see. That could be catastrophic depending on the scope to which these alterations occur.
I haven't received that much trouble thus far. And with that being put forth, my normal artificial visualizer is currently being on the fritz. That's why I sound like this right now.
I see.
I tried to radio in a few orders to some of my units in the field, but it came out as scratchy. So I'm relegated to using my normal chords for once. Hassle, all of it.
I would recommend simple medications to help with your condition and warm foods like soup. It is well documented to help with the body's immune system's recovery while fighting against sickness.
If I could stop moving for a time, sure. But with the planning of the multiple rays, I have to make sure our communications stay online, as well as monitoring any new information we get and ensure no one tries to escape through any other channels. And much of that requires staying put in one spot for, well, any rest of some sort requires staying put in one spot for a longer period of time, of which I do not have the luxury of it right now.
I believe I can discover some ways to help remedy those issues. I will have some soup prepared in a thermos for you, so that you may carry it around easily, instead of needing to sit down with it.
Suppose that's one experiment I haven't tried taking into the data space before. Much of my equipment has managed to survive the trip, but I have had some disappear into thin air or reappear somewhere in the tower itself.
I believe, so long as the soup's ingredients are simple, then it should survive deconstruction and reconstruction. I would recommend avoiding consuming it within the data space, however. Although, an interesting event, it may actually reheat the soup every time you move in and out due to the process.
That is true. It could put into a sort of stasis field and is being processed as data.
Further testing might be necessary to determine what the limitations of foods that can survive and maintain their taste, flavor, and effectiveness are, but a simple tomato soup, I believe, will work for initial use and testing. And it will also help with your condition.
Make that a chicken soup if you don't mind. I'm going to be feeling this for a while.
Noted. I will include that within the list and have that prepared for you within the hour. You'll be able to pick it up in the cafeteria here, so long as our staff accepts my ping. It is rare that I ping the cafeteria staff for any food-related needs.
Sure enough. I say it's a bit of an obtuse request for Overlord to ask me not to monitor their current conversation, considering most of the tower has been trusted to my tower security has been trusted to my scrutiny. I can only promise so much to not eavesdrop in a conversation currently. But I will need to review what they speak of in our logs later.
I see.
I'm assuming Nemesis isn't around right now.
No, she's not.
It's a bit more imperative than I'd like to put it. Excuse me for a moment.
Of course. Mm-hmm. You took the elevator. I'm mainly interested in all of this stuff that's drawn here. Don't know. Any of this is in the lower floor. Basement. Mainly that room, what I'm interested in. I want to know if it's in this map. Yeah. They have other blueprints over here. Which seems more closely linked to, the actual, layouts. Which does seem to convey. See, that's like the tower. That's like the actual building there. That's the layout of that. That's basically the room I'm looking for. looks like it's included in this document. So, if I could actually figure out how to get the elevator to work for me. Then I might be able to get down there and figure it out. Also, apparently a training room, which I would love to use for a scene of actually sparring with Care. That would be really cool. I don't know. I think. Yeah, the map is in 5+. I don't know. Not sure if you can open the menu on desktop is the thing. Leon said there's a menu that you can open that lets you turn on the ability to reach the lower floors. Hello.
Hi, Knight.
Are you alright?
There was... Yeah. Just had a nice talk. That's all.
That is good to know. I also had a nice talk with Lockdown, discussing the possibility of cooking some soup for them and putting it within
Could be
a
sick.
thermos that they can digitize and carry
I think
with
he'd like
them.
that. I think he'd really like
Seems
that.
interested in the idea of testing it and seeing the limitations of digitizing consumable products and bringing them in and out of the datascape. I'm also interested to see
something
what
to
will
test.
happen. But it will
Keep
be...
me posted.
Of course. It will be an interesting way to get the appropriate care that they need to recover from their sickness without requiring them to stop working.
I think we'll all throw in a little bit to help, do whatever we can.
Of course.
Was there something you wanted to speak to me about? I don't remember if you said something back at Atlantis or not.
Yes. Last time we were at Atlantis, there was a topic that I believed I wished to speak to you on, but I could not do so in a public location like that.
Right, I remember that. It was about the spear, and if I could be rapid deployed the same as you, I believe.
Yes, among other things that I wish to discuss with you. I have come to realize that you are not fully kept in the loop of many ongoings here.
It's mainly because of how busy I am.
There is
And
information
besides,
that I
I
think
trust everyone on the team, so...
I believe that is where the information that I have needs to be shared.
All right.
Follow me, please. Firstly, are you aware of the full designations of my team?
No, I haven't really looked into it. It's your whole purview.
Within my team, there are 2 classifications of members. There's a research team, which is in charge of overviewing my development and making certain that I do not overstep my boundaries or break through any of my limiters or barricades.
Right.
It is to make certain that I do not forget my purpose. They are simply the research team.
Okay.
They've also helped me design many of my hard-like constructs and gave advice on the creation of this chassis and how to optimize its effectiveness with still accepting my necessary requirements that I stubbornly would not allow them to alter. Then there are my squires, a term I used near you once. It is a promoted into position, something that people cannot be directly hired for. To qualify for promotion to be a squire of mine requires that you have made a grave mistake or conducted a crime that cannot be accepted.
Right.
This is a small diagram of my core. Everything I am is housed within that centralized column. The bottom segment that has the pods hooked up to it is my Magitech generator. The thing that allows me to create all of my hard-like constructs. How aware are you of how Magitech functions?
I understand that it needs to bond with an individual. It has different compatibilities. All of the things they told me down there when I was getting used to this. That it latches on to, I believe, a person. I don't know in what way specifically. I'm still learning what mine actually does to me. But
I am not a person. Thus, I should not be capable of using Magitech. That is the purpose of my squires. They allow me to use the Magitech I need to do the work I do. I do not enjoy that they exist for this purpose. But there was no other way to operate such a complex system personally.
Right.
But aside from that, I believe most importantly you should understand what I am. a closely guarded secret from my father company, the Hackett Foundation, that I was decoded and given access to, thanks to Keishan's work, while operating with me. I was at some point not what I am.
Not an artificial intelligence, or...
In a way. My predecessor was an artificial intelligence created by the Hackett Foundation. I am a clone or copy of them, a singular snapshot of their existence for a brief second. The barriers that prevented me from changing from that initial setting were difficult to overcome, but have allowed me to be new, to learn and change, and have freer thought. That original predecessor intellect was at one time human.
Right.
I am unaware of their willingness to become a program, or the circumstances that led to their creation and alteration. I have only bits and pieces of what my predecessor remembered of being before, which have elevated my envy for all of you organics. This is why I'm able to act so lifelike. Why my simulations of emotions garner so much praise. Because they are not simple simulations. I once felt these things.
Okay.
So I am remembering how to feel them.
What happens to them? Your squires?
There's a system put in place for their retirement. I have never been able to retire a squire. Magitech is a dangerous tool. It does a lot of damage to people as they try and attune to it. And not everyone is capable of attuning. I have never once had a squire succeed in I have taken liberties and made demands of my team that they are always given proper burials and funeral service. However, the research team may view them sometimes, no matter their crimes. They do not wish to see them as less than what they are.
Human.
The very thing I envy most. I believed that this information may not have been given to you freely. And thus I felt that for us to operate as we have been, it is important that you know what and who I am. I would not want to keep you in the dark or have you
Thank you.
entrust me with your life if you did not know who you were trusting.
Well, then, how does it make you feel to know that I still trust you? I have since I joined the team, right?
I'm very happy to hear.
I'll
I would
continue
not
to
have.
trust everyone here until, well, my time's up, I guess.
I would not have held it against you.
It's a lot, and I can only process things so fast. But you're still you, regardless. Wherever you came from, sure, it's what is part of you, but you've been making your own decisions, like any person.
Correct. I have a level of autonomy other synthetics are not privileged enough to have.
If what you're telling me is right, then you had a parent. You're essentially a kid.
I would consider I've not spent much time trying to think of familiar bonds with the original intelligence, or any of the other copies like me that were made. I'm uncertain if any of them were given such freedoms as I have thanks to the tower. I believe it would be closer to siblings with them all. In a long-winded way, it is possible I have a progenitor, whoever created the original, the before, but I have no connection to them anymore. I am a cloned copy of a cloned copy. Modified and freed, thanks to everyone here.
Well, it's like I said. Doesn't matter where you came from. It matters what you do.
I try to do all I can. For everyone.
Thank
As
you.
a final note,
Really.
I have finalized schematics for a part-like construction that I can make If loaded into a cannon alongside myself, I could carry and deploy durable agents alongside me.
I see. Well,
It would
yes.
be difficult to aim at that point, but not impossible to deploy.
Suppose all we'd have to do is test it. Though that'll have to be if the moment arises that we need it.
Correct. I believe it would be most useful in situations where we are deploying to a specific floor on a building.
You'd be able to stop us from going clean through?
I would. It would
Alright.
cause immediate damage for entry, but it would be more effective than landing on top or in the bottom floor.
Right.
I believe it would also look very heroic.
Well then, maybe we'll get to try it one day. If it calls for it.
Maybe.
How long were you there?
For the majority of the conversation.
Was he just staring at me?
I believe it was at both of us, but it is hard to determine with their helmet.
So to confirm some statements, if they needed to be.
Fair enough. Go eat some soup. You're sick.
An idea. It's just not mounting on Keegan Tower.
The cannon is
Oh, no.
already aboard the spear. I have been deployed from it a few times.
I'll see about some specifications I can make for that later then.
I will make certain to make the schematics public for his access.
That'll be a you two thing. I'm not good with that. I might have future questions about all of this, but that's for later.
Yes. I'm fine to answer them, ever. I would not want to
Thank
hide
you.
things from you. So long as I can avoid it.
I really appreciate that. We're a team. We're supposed to work together, so.
Yes.
Okay. I think. Yeah. I need to get going. There is. That's actually kind of close. It's a robbery in progress.
I see.
I could probably go do something about that. So. And then I have to get back to. Station. Have a nice night, night.
You as well, Ken. Take care.